bowed and stuttered that everything was fine and that the hero did not need to apologize. Lloyd remained silent in surprise, but looked at the owner of the tavern. The sky was clear and bright. Xavier and Lloyd crossed a small bridge. The hero noted with difficulty that the innkeeper's face, even after the apology, was not very good. Xavier noted that this was not surprising. He looked at the guy and said that all the utensils and dishes that he had broken were bought with money earned with sweat and blood, and that perhaps only by receiving compensation would the innkeeper be satisfied. Lloyd was indignant, thinking that there were only debts at home and there could be no talk of compensation. He still could not admit that he could not look good in the eyes of the residents. The hero understood that if he did not sort out the debts, then nothing would work out, but he did not understand how to do this. Xavier continued the story, throwing the hero off track even more, saying that in addition to the pogrom, the health of the inn's mother left much to be desired. Lloyd looked away, remembering the only fireplace in the inn and how cold it was there. The boys walked on the bare ground, while Lloyd continued to think about how hard it would be for old people to survive in such cold weather until they invented a floor heating system. The hero stopped, while Xavier continued to walk. Lloyd stared into space in amazement. A light bulb went on in his head. He looked down thoughtfully, realizing that something. The light bulb in his head sparkled. He realized that something had come to his mind. His eyes opened wide. The light bulb in his head burst into a flash of electricity. The hero compared it to a sudden explosion and the idea that came after it. A green line rushed through space. There were many more of them, and together they formed something big, taking shape more and more with each passing second. Lloyd diligently imagined a floor heating system in his head. He thought that if he created a heating system in this world, it would definitely sell. The hero imagined his body turning over tables and realized that the fool Frontra had never even dreamed of it. He saw his true self above the body and told himself that this was possible for Kim Soo-ho. Kim Soo remembered many schemes in his head. He was a construction engineer, remembered how in the army he tried to build a house alone. He remembered how he carried piles of bricks on special carriers, remembered how he worked day and night on construction sites. Lloyd smiled and mentally realized that this was his plan, with which he would cover all the debts of the Baron's family. Encouraged, Lloyd turned around and told his frozen companion to return to the tavern. Lloyd turned and shouted that they were going to receive the first order. The notification announced the beginning of the hero's real journey. It said that the relationship point system was activated, said that the hero can gain reputation by interacting with others. At the moment, the amount of reputation was 0. Lloyd looked at the huge blue signs in front of his face in confusion. The hero frowned and thought what PR was it something like experience? A system window appeared, that by improving relations with the main characters, he could get PR. He turned his head and thought that something was appearing above Xavier's head. The system window said that his interest level in Lloyd was -30. He thought that this was probably a very low level. The guy smiled nervously and turned to his companion. He smiled and said that he was very handsome. Xavier raised his eyebrows and said that he knew.